Do you know what a leap of faith is? If a person begins to dig for treasure in their backyard, believing it to be there, but having no proof that it is, that would be a leap of faith. They believe and act on something without proof. This has been done in many ways religiously through the centuries, but I want to talk about one way in particular. Let me begin by asking a simple question. What does the Bible say one must do on the Sabbath day? Many would say you're supposed to go to church on the Sabbath. Well, that seems to make sense. After all, remembering the Sabbath to keep it holy is one of the 10 Commandments. However, if you said that, you would be wrong. God never commanded anyone to worship on the Sabbath day, let alone go to church on the Sabbath. You see, it was simply a day of rest. We read of Jesus and Paul frequently going into the synagogue on the Sabbath. For example, in Luke 4, verses 31 and 32, we read, "And he came down to Capernaum, a city of Galilee, and he was teaching them on the Sabbath. And they were amazed at his teaching, for his message was with authority." That Jesus taught in the synagogue on the Sabbath does not mean it was a day of worship. Jesus taught anywhere he could find people, and the synagogue was a great place to find people, especially on the Sabbath day. Jesus taught a woman at a well and a multitude on a mountain. That doesn't mean we have to find a well or a mountain. By the way, the synagogue wasn't even commanded in the Old Testament. You see, it was devised by the Jews, we believe, during the exile as a means of disseminating the law and engaging in public prayer. So, this is a great example of us reading the Bible today and interpreting it by modern perceptions rather than finding out what was really going on. Sadly, that's a very common practice. Modern culture cannot be used to explain Scripture. It'll go wrong far more often than get it right.